Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Danny Koenig, Director of Regional Recruiting here with today's recruiting tip of the day. Wanted to talk a little bit more about questionnaires, which is something that we talk a lot about, but maybe haven't properly defined in the past or discussed the purpose of actually filling out a recruiting questionnaire. A questionnaire is a method for a student athlete to get into a college coach's recruiting database. So, typically, college coaches have a hosted software site where they're going to maintain and manage their recruitment. It's a good way for college coaches to be able to track their communications with any given prospective student athlete. And the way that a student athlete can ensure that they're going to be in that recruiting database is by filling out an online questionnaire. So if you go to most athletics websites, if you go to that sports page, their homepage, typically in the upper corner, they're going to have a little something about recruiting. So you'll see roster, schedule, possibly a link for coaches, and then maybe up there in a drop-down box, you're going to find a recruiting questionnaire. And that's something that you need to fill out with basic information about yourself to get into a college coach's database. So a lot of college coaches will use Front Rush to manage their recruitment and field questionnaires. Your job as the recruit is to get into Front Rush for that college coach. So when you go to that website, you fill out the questionnaire. It's basic information about yourself, and that's going to be a necessary step so the college coach can track their communication with you. I think beyond that, questionnaires in most cases, all college coaches at that school will receive an email that you have filled out some information for them through the questionnaire on their athletics website. But keep in mind that a lot of student athletes are doing that for college coaches. They have methodologies to pull student athletes into their recruiting database beyond just using a questionnaire. So kind of a side tip or an added bonus tip to this is using that as an entryway to introduce yourself to the college coach. So you've sent the questionnaire, you understand that the college coach is receiving your information, but it's always good practice to follow up with a very brief introductory email, letting them know that you filled out the questionnaire and that you're interested in their program. So questionnaires can be done at any time. It's highly encouraged for prospective student athletes to get into the college coaching recruiting database as soon as possible. Many will start filling out questionnaires in their freshman year or sophomore year. I think there's another question about what needs to be in that questionnaire. There's some information that you may not have as a prospective student athlete, like SAT or ACT scores, things that might be asked on that questionnaire. So just fill it out to the best of your ability. Do that as early as possible. Follow up with an email. Just make sure that you are seen by those college coaches. Whether or not they're able to get back to you doesn't make a difference. You want to over communicate that and be proactive. But just understand that filling out a questionnaire is something that you can always do. You can fill out questionnaires for as many schools as you want. Understand that that's how a college coach is going to track their recruiting of you and their communications with you. So that is today's recruiting tip of the day on questionnaires. Be sure to tune back in 1 p.m. here moving forward throughout the week for additional recruiting tip of the day.